What is up? What is up, YouTube boxing family? It's K right here. I'm back at it with another good video for you guys today. I want to make a good little video today, and then I'm going to finish up my packing, and then I'll be back with more videos for the channel. So yeah, let's get right into it. Teofimo Lopez had just called out Gervonta Tank Davis, saying that he would be one of his ideal matchups in the ring. I think as far as what Teofimo wants to do with his career, it's already shown that, he says he wants to fight the best, but I don't think he's going to. I personally think Teofimo Lopez will basically avoid Gervonta Davis as long as he can until Tank is vulnerable for a possible defeat. He had a little interview with this unknown chick by the name of It's Only Kayla or something like that. But basically, she's just like one of those, pop culture, interview, YouTube channels that just talks to, random people. But I don't think she's really big into boxing. I think, like, for women that do that type of stuff, they usually just do it for clout chasing and just go into random, like events just to get, particular interviews or just conversations with anybody, which I don't see that to be marketable at all. Like, I mean, YouTube is not really valuable for the sake of you making money, because the thing about it, of what people don't understand, is that YouTube has already taken out a massive portion of the income that you have to make in order to make money with them, especially with the adpocalypse being like a absolute hit. Because for all the views that you make on your channel, on top of the ad revenue, you would have to still make a crap load of views that you average every time when you make a video. But on top of that, the ad revenue is also like a bigger spike on your channel as well, because if you don't have enough viewership to meet that criteria line for the ad revenue, then you're not going to be making any money whatsoever. And then on top of that, YouTube censors you down for whatever bullshit videos that you want to, basically make. And if they don't feel like that's worth their money to be giving out for monetization, they'll do that. And, like, it's happened to plenty of YouTubers in the past. And that's why people on YouTube, like honestly, like, if we weren't going through the adpocalypse and Jake Paul and Logan Paul didn't fuck up with the money on YouTube, then a lot of people can easily get rich off of YouTube if the algorithms were favored in your direction. But in today's, economic hardship, you have to actually be smart with what you do with your money on YouTube, because, the money that you make now, especially for smaller channels, that's really not going to hold you down for like an actual lively income. Just to make that out there and clear for anybody that's actually dumb enough to believe that if you average like 30 to 40k views per video, that means that you're going to be making a lot of money off of that. And that's simply not true. Like, you actually have to be consistent, off of, a multitude of videos. And then on top of that, YouTube holds your money for the amount of money that you have to make within a month in order for you to get paid out, versus in other platforms like Rumble or any other platform that's in the making right now. If, like, theoretically, you should get paid right on the spot for all the money that you do make on any video. But for YouTube in general, they're the type of idiots where they're going to hold your money away and they're not going to pay you until you meet like a threshold to get paid, which is absolutely bullshit. But moving forward, I'm just putting that out there for any idiots that think that, oh, well, certain channels that get like 300,000 to 400,000 views on a certain video, that doesn't mean that they're just banking out with all that money right away. Like, YouTube is a very shady company when it comes to just not paying out people with what they're worth. And then on top of that, if you're able to get sponsorships, all power to you. But I don't know, like, I don't look at YouTube as a career. I do it as like an actual hobby. But hey, if I were to get big to do what I like to do in boxing and do my career in IT, then all power to me. But let's get off, with this video, and the grind don't stop, because I'm going to keep getting big and keep doing what I have to do to, make this platform bigger. So yeah, Teofimo Lopez, he had said some words about Gervonta Tank Davis in the past. And I think, now's like a really perfect time to understand what we were seeing from him. And I think it's just simply due to the fact that, when we take a look at anything in his career, he's just not the type of person where, he's not really confident in his like abilities to actually be fighting with the best opposition. Knowing that he said that he wants Gervonta Tank Davis in the future, like I assume he's ready to fight Tank, but I don't think so. I think Gervonta would still kill him. I think where he's moving now in his career at 140, he's in a good spot. Don't get it twisted, but it's like he's not the ultimate badass at 140. That's where people have to slow down and stop thinking that Teofimo Lopez is actually like this great fighter that's going to just come out and just dominate everybody. But the biggest issue that I have with how he sees himself in the division is that he really does think that he's going to like basically get away with doing what he wants to do, and no one's not going to press him with what he does as far as moving in his career. As far as just like what his overall plan and mindset would be, I think what's going to end up happening is that if he is successful against Jose Pedraza, I think Jose Pedraza will be that type of guy for him where he will, end up being, successful in that fight. But if he is successful and does beat Pedraza, then by all means necessary, go for it. I'm all for, seeing Teofimo go after all the other young lions, but I think where things are at right now, sorry. I think where things are at right now, there's just too much, how should I say? There's too much, too many questions that need to be answered in his career of where he will be at the 140 pound, totem pole of all the best fighters. I will say that he has a lot of climbing to do. It's not going to be easy. I think Teofimo, if he is dedicated enough, he could definitely make noise. It's just that at what point of his career will people start to say that, he actually needs to start facing, high quality level names. I just think based off of like what we're seeing right now, we don't really have too much to really say on his actual potential. And I'm only just saying that because, Teofimo, he hasn't done anything spectacular at 140 yet. Like, yeah, you beat a decent fighter in Pedro Campa who wasn't shit to begin with, but that was a guy that was supposed to be a tailor-made matchup to begin with. So now the real question is what is he gonna do moving forward? Because Pedro Campa, it's like that doesn't really help you get any better at 140. But I think where things are at right now, he has he has plenty of work to do. My possible opponents that I would like to see Teofimo fight at 140 would definitely be a guy like Arnold Barbosa, in which he blatantly ducked. I think that should be like the fight that he needs to make with him right away. I mean, I think a fight between him and probably Jermaine Ortiz. That's a great ass fight. I think Jermaine would stop Teo, or he would just beat Teofimo's ass. I think he'll look a lot stronger and bigger than him. Number 3 would be Devin Haney, most definitely. I think they're gonna probably see each other for titles. I don't see that fight being for a non-title fight. So that's a little bit of a confusing fight to make. Number 2 would definitely be I don't know if it's gonna make any sense, but maybe Alberto Puello or Jose Ramirez. I think Jose Ramirez is a better fight. If he's gonna do everything in house and top rank, it's gonna have to be Arnold Barbosa, Jose Ramirez, Josh Taylor, which I don't see that happening. Who else does Top Rank have for 140 pounders? Oh, Arnold Barbosa, Jose Ramirez, Josh Taylor, and Jose Zepeda, which I think Zepeda he's gonna get wiped the fuck out by Regis Prograis. Then the fifth possible opponent would definitely be a guy like man. I mean, oh man, that's a little bit difficult. I don't know who would be another good 140 guy. I mean, you could get Andy Hirioka. I mean, I don't think he's with Top Rank. I think he's with the Japanese promotion. But yeah, go after him. Like I'm down to see that fight. But besides from all the politics, I'll add like another 5 more opponents that I think Teofimo would easily get wiped out. But I think like from top to bottom, starting with like another 5, I'd say like Brandon Lee. I think that's a winnable fight between him and Brandon Lee. Number 4 would definitely be a guy like Elvis Rodriguez. That's a good ass fight. And then number 3 would definitely be Gary Antoine Russell. That's a dangerous ass fight. Not a lot of people give a lot of credit for Gary Antoine Russell, even though he is still developing and he's had like a lot of shaky performances lately. But that's a great fight down the road. Number 2 would definitely be Brian Norman Jr. I think Brian Norman would stop Teofimo. But wait, actually no, he's not at 140 no more. He's at 147. He said that he can't make 140. So yeah, scratch that off, and I'll replace him with Richardson Hitchens. I keep forgetting about him. He's gonna be fighting very soon, November 12th, on the Montana Love card. Oh, and then definitely Montana Love. I was gonna throw in Subriel Matias, but politically that fight does not make any sense right now because there's just too much. There's too many holes in what will happen in having that fight made. So I don't think that's a good fight to be made right away. I think Subriel, he's gonna end up becoming champion. I think he's gonna destroy Ponce. I hope he does. That might be a very difficult fight for Subriel, but I think Subriel's style is just all wrong for Jeremiah's Ponce. And if Subriel fights in smart and he does what he does best, he's going to get the knockout and he's going to break him physically and mentally. But that's a very, very good fight for Subriel. Yeah, Subriel Matias. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the 140-pound picture. There's like a good 20 to 25 guys that are actually good at 140 right now, but that including Devin Haney moving up to the weight class. But after that, it's like Devin's probably going to end up going through a massive gauntlet of just destructive fighters right away. So I don't know how Devin's going to work that out. I think his final decision is going to be beat up Vasyl Lomachenko for undisputed once more. He'll be a 2-time defended undisputed world champion in the 4-belt era, so I think that's a very good mindset to have if I'm Devin Haney. But it's like I should fight Lomachenko at a catchweight. Like I should say fuck Lomachenko. I can basically rehydrate to however much I want and just say F you to him. Like he doesn't deserve shit. So if I'm Devin Haney, the fight should be at 135, but it should be at a catchweight of let's just say 138. Or at least 139. Devin doesn't need to cut all the way back down to 135, and then come on fight night he's looking all skeletal drained. Nah, man. I want to see Devin beat up Lomachenko, where he has all the advantages over him, because Lomachenko doesn't deserve shit. And that's just my thoughts. I personally don't want to see Lomachenko fight Devin on a uneven playing field, because we already know what's going to happen. Devin is the A side, but Lomachenko, he's coming in to expect to have advantages over Devin, which he doesn't. Not in physicality, but in the terms of size, of how much sacrifice that Devin has to make 135 once more to fight Loma. Lomachenko has oh wait, hold on. Alright, yeah, I'm back. So, Lomachenko has less of a sacrifice to make compared to Devin. And if Devin is having to come into that fight with more, sacrifices being made, then That's really my biggest issue with Lomachenko, having to basically have all the advantages over Devin Haney, which I don't want to see that. I want to see Lomachenko be at more disadvantages than Devin, because Devin is the A side and he should beat up Lomachenko however he pleases with all the advantages over him. And yeah, that's what I would do if I'm Devin. Fuck Lomachenko, he screwed you over, so you should screw his ass over. There should be no love lost between the two. So as far as what will happen for Teofimo's career, if he is successful against Pedraza, the next big fight for him, especially on Top Rank, would have to be Arnold Barboza. I think Barboza, he's going to want to call him out. He wants to fight him. He wants to go after him. But if not, go after Jose Ramirez. Because if you could beat Ramirez, then that puts you in the conversation to be a top 3 guy. And you've already beat like a former unified world champion. So that makes you scale a lot higher in the 140-pound rankings. So, I mean, that's what I'm thinking of, like, what Teofimo would do. But as far as him and Tank, yeah, he better stay away from Tank. Gervonta Davis is an absolute monster. And I don't think between him and Tank, that fight is ever going to be any competitive, for the sake of thinking that fight is ever going to change anybody's mindset to believe, like, oh, nah, man, Teo gonna go in there and he gonna knock Tank's ass out. He gonna beat him up. He gonna, destroy him. He's gonna hurt him. And it's like, you guys are not looking at the full picture. Gervonta Davis is levels above Teofimo, but people don't see that yet until Gervonta actually gets in there with Teo. Let me put out a couple breakdown points of how I see this fight going. Gervonta is going to come out as a southpaw, because he is a southpaw. Shout out to all my southpaws. Southpaws run boxing. That's number one. Teofimo has never dealt with deadly southpaws like Tank. I don't think he's ever fought a southpaw yet. I think even... Wait, actually, no. I think Pedro Campa, he's a southpaw. If not, then I might be wrong. But let's take a look. Pedro Campa. Let's see what his stance is. No, he is an orthodox fighter. I don't think Teofimo has ever fought a southpaw at all in his career. But let's take a look. Mason Menard, I think he's a southpaw. I'm almost positive. Is he a southpaw? Nope, he is not. He is an orthodox fighter. I don't think he's ever fought any southpaws. Yeah, this is orthodox. Yep, orthodox. Oh wow, he fought Ishwar Segueros. Man, he's so young, man, and he's not having a good career. Yeah, so this will be Teofimo's second southpaw. Yeah, got it. Because I forgot Lomachenko was a southpaw, and then Magdaleno, he was a southpaw. Yep. He wasn't a deadly skilled southpaw, but we already know like where the picture is. Teofimo mostly fights orthodox fighters, but he primarily does not want to go after southpaws. Jose Pedraza, some say he's an orthodox fighter, but I would consider him a southpaw. So, I mean, this will technically be his second southpaw he's ever faced, or third southpaw he's ever faced, because I'm almost positive that when Pedraza fought Tank, I'm almost positive this is where he came out southpaw. Yeah, he did. Because, like, he got hit from the southpaw position, and Tank was piecing him up, so... Yeah, because he came out southpaw. I'm almost positive, but I could be wrong. But no, him and Tank were definitely fighting as southpaws. But yeah, this will be Teofimo's third southpaw in a row, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong for anybody that probably hasn't seen any more fights from Pedraza where he fights orthodox, but I would consider Pedraza a southpaw because he's naturally southpaw when he does fight pretty much most of his fights. So I don't know why he's listed as an orthodox guy, but he's definitely not a orthodox guy. He's definitely a southpaw. But yeah, as far as this fight goes with Teo and Pedraza, this should be an easy win for Teofimo if he's able to get his rhythm going. But if he doesn't and Pedraza pieces him up, similar to what he did to Julian Rodriguez, yeah, it's going to be a pretty easy fight for Pedraza. And the reason why is because Pedraza, he doesn't come to play around. He does pack a punch. So Teofimo not being able to hurt Pedro Campa until, like, I guess at the 9th or 10th round of their fight, whatever round that he was able to stop him in, it's like, imagine that with Pedraza. Like, he's not going to be able to do the same thing with Jose Pedraza. And I'm not being biased because, you know, I'm protecting him, you know, because he's Puerto Rican. No, it's just like how I'm seeing the fight from a stylistic point of view. I don't see Teofimo doing the things that people say that he's going to do against other naturally big 140-pound guys. And to me, he actually looks like a small 140-pounder. I think Teo's going to get chewed up, or he's going to get eaten up real bad, where some predator's going to come out of their shell, and then once he gets hit by somebody that's not going to back down from his shots, and once they hit him and actually break him physically and mentally, I think Teofimo's is going to be in a huge, you know, haystack of trouble. I mean, that's just my belief. That's just how I believe Teofimo is built to be as a fighter. I don't think he has a lot of heart and dog that people say that he does, and I think it's going to show come fight night. So yeah, let me know what you guys think, and I'll go back to like my own little working festivities, and I'll see you guys later. Let me know how you guys think about Teofimo calling out Gervonta Davis to say that he's on his radar. So yeah, I don't think the fight's gonna happen. I think Tank will annihilate Teofimo, and his style is just all wrong for him. But yeah, let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out. Shout out to the mighty LDBCTWT, and I'm out. Bye.